Today we're going to talk about Derrius Guice and why he's a good fit for the Washington Redskins. The Redskins like to run a zone concept for the most part, and their two running backs, Rob Kelly and Samaje Perine, are good power backs, and Matt Jones was when he was there as well. They're bigger guys with big bodies that like to get up speed and make a cut and break some arm tackles. So typically a running back like that would succeed in the scheme, but as we know, the Redskins aren't the best offensive line in the NFL, and they do allow for penetration. So one adjustment that needs to be made is you need a running back that can handle penetration, whether that means making cuts and maintaining speed while you do it, maintaining power, and being able to jump cut many lanes. And that's where Derrius Guice comes in as being a good pick for the Redskins. We're going to show a replay here of this first play. It's a zone play, and right off the bat, he's got good recognition because he sees the hats on a hat, and he knows he has his tight end flowing over here. So he's good here at recognizing the flow of the play and making an adjustment. Another thing he's very good at here is pressing the hole. So the zone is flowing to this side, and defense is flowing as well. But he does a good job of not cutting back too soon. He makes an excellent press to this side that really gets these other guys and this defender flowing hard. And then what you'll notice is his jump cut while maintaining speed. He jump cuts 1, 2, almost 3 gaps. He's over here. He jumps 1, 2, and into this third gap. So you're looking at a 2 and 3 gap jump stepper in Derrius Guice. And you already know he has power, so it's impressive to know that he can jump cut so many gaps. And that's something that a LaShawn McCoy type running back can do, being able to jump cut that many gaps. And then another thing that makes this play so impressive is he's able to press the hole with speed, jump cut with speed, and then after his jump cut, lower his shoulder, because you'll notice in a lot of his highlights, he's good at maintaining a low center of gravity. He gets low and maintains his power and powers through a linebacker and then a safety and carries both these players after making a strong jump cut. After pressing the hole and making a strong jump cut, is able to break both these tackles. And that is something you need to see from Washington, because you want that someone who can run zone concepts, someone who can break tackles, but now you also have someone who can jump cut and threaten many gaps. And he can pull it outside, he can pull it inside, he can cut back, and that's something that the Redskins do not have with their zone scheme, and now they will have. And that it helps a team that can't perfectly zone block and prevent penetration all the time. Another thing about Derrius is that he's a very responsible, efficient runner, where to the fact that he's not going to dance too much and end up losing yardage. He will take what's there. And what's good about that is you don't end up losing yards and putting yourself in a worse situation. And that's going to be really important when you have Alex Smith, who thrives on efficiency and he's not the type of quarterback that's going to blow you away on long third down conversions. Here's a play where Derrius presses the hole, trying to be responsible, hit it up the middle. Notices it's not there. Notice he needs to pull outside. Now, again, this goes back to his momentum stopped, his feet have to change, but he's able to pick up his speed. And in picking up his speed, he gets to the outside and then realizes that he needs to be responsible with this play. And instead of bumping it outside here, trying to give a stiff arm or make a big play, just cuts it upfield and takes what's given to him. And in that short time frame, able to lower his head and gain even an extra yard by lowering his head. Just another fun play about his power on this pass play real quick. You'll see him coming out of the backfield, getting open. And after this, now, his momentum's kind of stopped because he stopped at this route. Meanwhile, you got Rashawn Evans flowing downfield on him. And as they make contact, he lowers his shoulder. Sean Evans can't even wrap him up. And he just powers through that and powers through another tackler. And it's just a testament to put his strength against an SEC middle linebacker who was drafted at, I think, in the second round, or first round, actually, by Tennessee. And it just kind of backs up the strength you see on film to put it against another strong player. In the very next play, you get to see one more strength or a demonstration of his strength. And this time it's against a defensive lineman. And again, this is what you need to see because in the NFL, the holes aren't always there. And here, he able to run through the arm tackle of a defensive tackle and a linebacker and still fall forward. So again, you have an efficient, powerful, responsible runner. And who's now put on film that he can run through not just the arm tackles of a secondary or a linebacker, but now even a defensive line. And then here we just show one more time about his ability to keep up his speed and his power changing direction. Now in this play, you'll notice he's going to do 2 cuts. And the one thing, again, with Washington that we discussed is they do allow penetration. And there's going to be runs that need to be created by a running back off schedule. And what that requires, like I mentioned, is you have to be able to, stop your feet, be quick with your feet, and be able to either pick your speed back up or keep your speed going while shifting your feet and your power so that you can make a play. And here, you'll notice he does 1, 2 jump cuts that are really subtle, but it allows him to keep up his speed and burst through the hole, which allows him to gain his power and power through that line. And again, this is something that you wouldn't necessarily see a Samaje Perine and Rob Kelly be doing. And on this really last play here, you see that he's able to put both concepts together of jump cutting and maintaining his balance. This is a ridiculous play. He catches the ball pretty much, I guess, behind where the center was. And as he catches the ball, he's able to jump cut entirely to the edge. He came all the way from over in the center to outside the entire offensive line in one jump cut, essentially. And then after he jump cuts, he's able to turn his feet, lower his head so incredibly low, this linebacker can't get low enough to get to his legs, which allows him to submarine him, power through, and get, I think, is a touchdown on this play. But the ability to jump cut, change your feet, lower your head, and get the yardage is why he's a first-round draft pick, and it's why the Redskins could use him, because, again, they allow penetration, but they don't have someone who can press all the gaps on a play. And then just to show that he's also can catch the football, here it's 3rd and goal, and LSU has tried to pound it down the middle twice and can't get in. So in this situation, you need some versatility. So you want to see someone who can do something more than just pound up the middle. And here he demonstrates his route running ability, his ability to, on the break, sell the block, dodge the defender, and then pull out here and beat this man who, yeah, he is picked. But he's able to do this at full sprint. He's faster than him. He's able in full sprint catch the football and turn upfield. And that's a good play you want to see from someone at the goal line, because even in fantasy football perspectives, shows he, even though they get to the goal line, he won't be taken out. He can be used whether it's up the middle, whether it's a stretch play, or whether they're passing to him. The last aspect of his game is his pass protection. Now, it's good and it's sufficient for him to get on the field early in his career, but it's not perfect. On this play, you'll see, I talked about Sony Michel and how good his pass protection is. And, this isn't the play, but I think it's the next play. But Sony Michel is a very complete pass protector. Derrius Guice is good because he's smart and he's strong and he can step up. Here in this play, you notice he identifies the blitz right away and knows to step up immediately so they can keep the pocket clean. And he executes a good block here. But you'll see later how he does have trouble defending the edge rushers, unlike Sony Michel, who can handle any type of pass play. All right, well, never mind. I can't find that last pass protection play. But basically, it's somewhere against Alabama where they rush a corner and he has to block in space on the outside as opposed to just being able to jam up the middle. And he's not quite developed enough to be able to handle that yet because Alabama gets around him and gets to the quarterback. But, you know, there's plenty of running backs that can't quite do that yet. And he can probably develop that before the season starts. But, you know, you can see in this video, he does enough that he can get on the field immediately between his pass protection and he should be a first-round draft pick. He was a second-round pick because of off-the-field character issues. But, yeah, I mean, everyone would expect someone of that talent level to get on the field, but as you can see, there's those other smaller points of pass protection and other little things in terms of being efficient and responsible that can keep you off the field despite being a first-round talent. You can see that he has none of those issues. He's efficient, he's responsible, he can pass block well enough, and he can run routes. So he's going to get on the field for Washington. He'll probably be the starter at the start of the season, and he should be good for them, and he's going to help improve that team and especially be important for Alex Smith because Alex Smith needs someone who can be efficient, not make mistakes, and keep them out of third and longs and keep the chains moving.